Hello YouTube, it's been a while. Yes, we are still plugging away with the car. I've been doing a lot of stuff off camera which I haven't really filmed. There's enough YouTube install videos for parts and things, so I figured didn't want to bore you with that. But today's video is a quick intro, rundown on the car, and we're going to Winton. So what have we done? So far you can sort of see just here, the car sits a little bit lower. I've used the GK drop knuckles in the front, trying to get some front end grip back. After going from my cut and shut knuckles that failed at Winton, I went over to a standard knuckle and it was just understeer central, really didn't suit my driving style. So pulled them out, third time's a charm. Hopefully we've got some front end grip back. So these GK knuckles, basically they fix the roll center in the car. I think it's 30mm that fixes. Basically the car is a lot lower now. I've had to raise the car and fix the flares. So in the back of the flare you can't really see too well there, but I've had to cut a little bit out of it. And I think it looks a little bit better. I mean, they are still pretty average flares, but for Series 1 S14s, there's not much in the wide body GT style kit available on the market. If there is, please let me know, post below. Other than that, we've done a drift day since my last video. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring the cameras and all the gear, so I didn't have anything from there. Went out and on the new knuckles and unfortunately bent a tie rod, but that was my own error. I've worked out that on the lower control arms on this, I didn't set the bump stop for that, so the back of the wheels just collided straight into the tie rod, and that was the end of my day. I got 3 hours out of that, but that actually sparked my enthusiasm to get back into drifting, so we'll see how that goes in the not too distant future. So there's new tie rods in the car, there's new drop knuckles in the front. We've also put an X brace in the back, which we'll go down and have a quick sticky beat now. Whoops. As you can see here, we're now braced in between both towers. So actually moves the car, doesn't move the wing. Trip down to the old Bunnings store for that one, or as I like to call it, race car speed fittings supplier. So long story short is, car's looking good. Car's all been serviced, ready to go. And hopefully we don't break anything on the next one. I'm trying to get into, geez, look at that hair. I'm trying to get into the 29 club, and hopefully with all these fixes I can do that. So you might be asking what's been happening with the street car. Let's go have a look. So here she is in all of her glory. What have we done? Recently I've installed a rear window with the hole in it for the wiper. Still got to wire that up, but that's in there now, looking all JDM yo. You already knew about that one if you've been paying attention. Car itself has some good news. Rego. So, whoops, that's just my notifications. Car's all registered. It's driving really well. Fitted a Jap wing on the back, which needs to get painted as well. So I'll do that once I paint the entire car, because as you can see, the paint is garbage. It probably isn't coming up on camera too well, but you know, the clear is peeling and it really just isn't happy. So it needs to get some new seals in the front of the screen here. They've shrunk over time, which unfortunately is just a Nissan thing. We've got the louvers in, they're doing well, lighting up and doing all their livery goodness. Inside the car, nothing's really changed. Got the stereo going, and also got gauges and all the good stuff from the Japanese models. Other than that, that's really it. So it's nearly finished, this car. I've just got to put a lick of paint on it, and can't decide if I want to put some wheels on it or not, because the idea of this car was just to build it as an optional car with every box from Nissan ticked. I'm missing a couple of little things which unfortunately I'm hunting and I can't seem to find them. That's what you get with a nearly 30-year-old car or 25-year-old car. But other than that, she's running really well, driving really well, smooth. I've taken my son out a couple of times and he seems to love the, which any 4-year-old would love to do. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this car. So hopefully, if everything goes to plan, I'll be painting it in start to mid next year. So we're going to go back to the green again, and I really just want to have it as a clean factory finished car. And the common thing with the S14 Kookies is you can see the black here starts to fade. It's not really coming up too well on the camera, but if you have one, you'll know what I'm talking about. So what I might do is, I've seen a trick where you can paint this section here all black and then re-clear it, so it does come up black again. I'll probably get that done as a second, an additional thing in the future. Other than that, this is the big boy. Pulled the rear bar off as well. Just sitting here, that's what I'm tripping over. But hopefully that reduces the parachute effect in the rear, scooping all the air, trying to slow the car down. So let's get to Winton. Now, hopefully when we get there, our friends Maddie and Trav, they'll be there with us, and we'll be chasing some PBs in Maddie's little XL and Trav's Beams-powered E30. So these are two of my oldest mates. They've been with me from the days of playing Nissan X's, which was our first cars, and Maddie was a GT4 Celica. But yeah, since then we've become really good friends, and hopefully we can all have PBs on the day. So catch you at Winton.
Going out. Yeah. The end's going out. Yeah.
Okay, welcome guys. Hopefully you can hear me. Got a microphone on, trying to get over the big lumpy V8, but we'll see how we go. Decided to do something a little bit different this time. So normally I've got a bit of in-car that you can see what's happening and what have you, but you can't see what's happening down here in the gearbox. So I thought I'd just try something a little bit outside of my normal type of videos. Maddie has graciously given me his GoPro, which is tucked on the back of the cage. Hopefully everyone can see properly. I've also got a microphone, like I was saying, just under my my helmet strap. So hopefully you can hear me. It's very loud in here, and all the noises and rattles and creaks and cracks. But let's get out there. We'll have a flying lap. I'll give you a bit of commentary as we go, what I'm doing and how to attack a quick lap at Winton. So hopefully this is on camera and not ruined. So see you as we get into turn one. So let's see how we go on the green, and we're out. So in first, sorry about the clunks. The grip that this car has is usually pretty good when we get out, so hopefully we'll try and do a fast lap on the next one around. Into turn one, down to third. Kiss the apex, out on the outside, into fourth, shifting down into the fat of the torque. On the outside, hug a bit of ripple strip, reaching all the way out, turning it in, off the throttle, back on. Now the slingshot straight through, straight into it. On the outside, back to third, late on the brakes, off the brakes for the turning, bit of ripple, unsettle the car, straight through. Still sitting in third, holding round, look for the bump. There it is, on the outside. In early, and stand on it. Into fourth, back to third, off the brake, standing in, grab all the ripple strip, stand on it. Back into third, leading across, hug some of the outside lane here, back in, all the ripple strip out here. Take it into third, then stand on the outside. send it out for the next one.
Alright, so we've made it home. It's now the following week. I've been a bit lazy. I got home, threw the car in the garage, and then we had to duck out. So, long story short, the car did very good. I think the car was extremely low and probably too low. I'll show you what happened to the tyres, unfortunately. How did the car handle? Handled really well. The new knuckles are fantastic. It suits my driving style very well. We managed to get a 31.6 or something like that, I think it was. I really wasn't too impressed because I couldn't actually do a complete lap. The reason that was is because as you go around the big sweeper, the load on the front would just compress the suspension that much that the top of the wheel would hit the upper chassis rail. So there's a nice dirty big mark on my slicks that are now 4 events old, and they're probably finished. But anyway, that's another story. So I'm probably going to have a bit of hiatus from racing for a bit as I've changed jobs and don't have a tow car anymore. But we'll get something sorted shortly. In the meantime, what are we going to do? I've run out of brake pads, so I need to change the brake pads, change the discs, so I'll upgrade them to some slotted and cross-drilled. And we'll have a look at some disc compounds over the next little while. Also, I want to change the front guards. So these flares, they're going to go. So I'm going to have a look at the Origin 75mm and 55mm wide body front end. They actually look pretty good. Just talking to the guys up in Queensland who stock them for Australia, so we'll see if we can get that one organised shortly. Next, after that, will be probably just a bit of a nut and bolt check, make sure everything's all good. I've ordered a new catch can as well because the catch can setup that's in this is just horrible. I really shouldn't be racing with it, but anyway, here it is. So we've got a new 3 litre catch can that's coming, so that'll be able to protect the engine bay for any oil dumps through the head or what have you, which, you know, the motor's now getting old, it is breathing a bit. Probably should put in a set of rings and bearings, but you know, LS motors are relatively cheap. It's probably cheaper to actually replace it than rebuild it with man hours and parts and etc, but we'll have a look at that next. And if we do, we're definitely going to go to an LS3, not an LS2, get some bigger cubes. Other than that, I just wanted to say a massive thanks to Trav and Maddie once again. I was running around doing everything and I didn't get any footage of you guys, so I do apologise for that. But Maddie has a channel that he's put a great video up on, so shoot over to that. I'll put the link in the description so you can shoot over and see Maddie's channel and see some additional video from the day. Maddie had a great day, Trav had a great day. Trav sort of did a big rev kev and went to 12,000 RPM and the motor's still alive. So other than that, it was good day for all. Everyone obviously wanted more, but unfortunately, you know, that magical 3 o'clock happens and you get tired and you start making mistakes, and it's best to put it on the trailer. Okay, so we duck over here. The shiny bit is not meant to be shiny, this bit here. So that dips down probably 2 mil. I think the tyre itself might be okay to use, but what we'll probably do is raise it up, and these will be the test tyres for the next session. The they've you know, there's plenty of meat left in them, so they should be okay. But you know, we'll see how we go. And on the other one, I'll try and duck in here. That one's copped it on the outer edge, just through here. So that's all, yeah, turned to rubbish, unfortunately. But there it is. Car's back in one piece. It survived. Did really well. We'll have a look at those guards. They're going to be going next, and obviously some brakes and discs all around. We'll give the car a good birthday because it hasn't had one for, you know, maybe 12, 18 months now for all the brake department anyway. Other than that, thanks again, guys. Hope you do enjoy everything that we post on the channel. If there is anything specific you want to see on the cars or do have any questions, post them below, give me a yell, and we'll catch you later on. Cheers.